Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Absolutely, always ready to jump in.
Awesome. Today, we're looking at something that's become super important for businesses these days, especially in the online world.
Let me guess. Google reviews.
You got it. We've got two really interesting sources to help us unpack this.
Okay, lay it on me.
First, we've got a Forbes article that dives into the whole strategic impact of Google reviews, like how they can make or break a small business.
Makes sense. I mean, everyone checks those reviews now.
Right? And then we've also got this YouTube video that caught my eye.
What's that one about?
It actually showcases the system. It's part of the Go High Level platform, and it's all about managing Google reviews.
Oh, wow. Even automating responses. I'm intrigued.
Me too. Seems pretty powerful, but we'll get to that in a bit.
Sounds good. So let's start with the why, right? Why are these Google reviews so important?
Definitely. And the Forbes article really hits on that hard.
Yeah, what's their take?
Well, they point out that over 60% of customers, think about that, over 60% will check Google reviews before they even consider going to a business.
It's like the first impression now, even before you see a website.
Exactly. And it's not just about first impressions. It's about trust.
Huge point. Those reviews can really make or break your credibility.
Totally. And the article actually compares it to word of mouth, but on like a mega scale.
Makes sense. It's like everyone's sharing their experiences, good or bad, for the whole world to see.
And everyone's listening, too.
It's like imagine searching for a restaurant online.
Oh, I do this all the time.
You see one with a 2-star rating, a few negative comments, and then another one with 4 stars and tons of positive reviews.
Yeah, even if the menus look the same, I'm going for the 4-star one every time.
Exactly. Reviews have that power. They influence our choices. And for businesses, that translates to real impact.
Real impact on their online visibility, even their search engine ranking.
It's like Google's algorithm sees all those good reviews and thinks, hey, this business must be doing something right.
And bam, they get bumped up in the search results.
A smart strategy for businesses to pay attention to.
For sure. And the Forbes article doesn't just talk about the why, they also get into the how, practical steps businesses can take.
Yeah, like what?
Well, claiming and optimizing your Google business profile, that's a big one.
Right. Even if you already have one, it's like setting up shop online, making sure your info is all accurate and engaging.
I like that analogy, setting up shop.
Because if someone can't even find your hours or your address.
They're definitely not leaving a review, let alone visiting.
Exactly. It's like having a messy storefront, not very inviting.
And speaking of attracting customers, the article talks a lot about actively asking for those reviews.
Oh, yeah. A lot of businesses just kind of sit back and hope for the best.
Right, but that's a huge missed opportunity.
Totally. You got to be proactive.
And timing is key. Like the article says, you want to strike while the iron's hot.
Meaning, catch them when they're still happy. That positive experience is fresh in their mind.
Like imagine you're running a bakery.
Okay, I'm picturing it. The smell of fresh bread.
And someone just bought a cake for a special occasion.
Big smile on their face. They're excited.
You follow up a day or two later, they've enjoyed the cake, they're feeling good.
A perfect time to ask for that review.
Exactly. It just makes sense.
It does. Got to make it easy for them to share that positive experience.
And speaking of sharing, we got to talk about authenticity.
Oh, yeah, the big no-no. Buying reviews.
I've seen those. They're so obvious.
The best product ever. No real details, just generic fluff.
Exactly. And Google's catching on. Their algorithms are getting smarter.
They can spot those fakes a mile away.
And not only do they not fool anyone, they can actually get your business penalized.
Ouch. Not worth the risk.
Now, remember that YouTube video I mentioned?
Yeah, the one about the Go High Level system.
That's the one. And it takes things a step further, like way further.
Oh, how so?
It actually shows how you can automate some parts of review management.
Wow, that sounds pretty amazing, but also a little tricky.
What do you mean?
Well, with any kind of automation, you got to be careful, keep things ethical.
Absolutely. Transparency is key.
Customers should always know if they're dealing with an AI,
Right. And it's about enhancing customer service, not trying to manipulate anything.
Exactly. So how does this Go High Level system actually work? I'm curious.
Well, let's say, for example, you own a local bookstore.
Okay, I can picture that cozy atmosphere, shelves full of books.
And you want to use this system to get more reviews. What happens?
Yeah, walk me through it.
So one of the cool things about this system is what they call custom values.
Custom values, what are those?
It's like, imagine you want to track whether a customer bought a certain type of book, like a mystery novel or a cookbook.
Okay, so you're gathering data on their preferences.
Exactly. And you can set up these custom values to capture that information.
Smart. So when you're asking for reviews, you can tailor the message.
Right. Instead of just a generic, please leave a review, you can say something like, we hope you enjoyed that new mystery novel you picked up. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Ah, I see. So it feels more personal, more relevant to their actual experience.
Exactly. And it doesn't stop there. The system also uses these things called trigger links.
Trigger links. Okay, I'm listening.
So let's say a customer comes into your bookstore, buys a book, walks out happy.
Okay, picture that. They're excited about their new read.
You can then send them a quick survey, just asking about their experience.
Simple, easy. Everyone's used to those.
And if they say they had a positive experience, boom, the system automatically sends them a trigger link.
And what does this link do?
It takes them directly to your Google review page.
Oh, wow. So it makes it super easy for them to leave that review.
No hassle, no searching for the page, just one click and they're there.
Smart. Remove all the friction.
And they even use SMS campaigns, text messages.
Ah, because everyone's on their phones these days.
Exactly. And text messages have way higher engagement rates than email.
Makes sense. It's instant, right there in your pocket.
No waiting for them to check their inbox. You can send them a text with a direct link to leave a review right then and there.
So you're catching them in the moment.
And then there's this other feature. It's called AI Auto Reply.
Okay, now that sounds interesting. Tell me more.
So imagine you get a positive review on your bookstore's page. This AI can actually generate a personalized response automatically.
Wow. Like thanking the customer.
Yeah, and maybe even recommending another book based on what they bought before.
That's wild. It's like having a virtual assistant working 24/7.
Right. Pretty incredible stuff.
It is, but this whole system, it's probably not a one-size-fits-all solution.
You're right. And that's why free trials are so important.
Absolutely. You got to test drive it, see if it actually fits your needs and your values.
Like with anything, got to make sure it's a good fit before you commit.
So we've talked about the why, the importance of Google reviews, and even touched on the how with some practical tips and tools.
And we even got a sneak peek into the world of automation.
Lots to think about for sure, but there's still more to unpack here.
Definitely. We've only scratched the surface, and I'm already eager to dive deeper.
Me too. Let's get into it. Going back to the Forbes article for a second, something they really emphasized was seeing reviews not just as a way to boost your star rating, but as valuable customer feedback.
Oh, yeah, that's a great point. It's easy to get caught up in chasing those 5 stars.
Right. But the real gold mine is in the insights you can get.
It's like free consulting advice, straight from the people who matter most.
Exactly. And it's not just about identifying problems either. The positive reviews, those can be super helpful too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like getting confirmation that you're doing something right.
Think about it. Let's say you're a restaurant owner and you see a bunch of reviews praising your friendly staff.
That's got to feel good, right?
It reinforces what you're doing well, shows you what resonates with customers.
I like that. Focusing on the things that really work.
And then, of course, there are the not-so-glowing reviews, the ones that make you cringe a little.
Yeah, no one likes those. But the Forbes article really stresses how important it is to respond to them and to do it well.
It's so tempting to get defensive, but that never helps.
It's like adding fuel to the fire, right?
Exactly. You got to de-escalate, turn that negative into a positive.
Show them you care, that you're listening.
Imagine a customer leaves a bad review complaining about a late delivery.
Happens all the time, especially with online orders.
Instead of arguing or dismissing their concern, you acknowledge their frustration, apologize sincerely.
And maybe offer a solution, like a discount on their next order.
Perfect. It's about turning that negative experience into an opportunity.
To show your commitment to customer satisfaction.
And don't forget, potential customers are reading those responses too.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're watching how you handle those tricky situations.
A thoughtful response can actually build trust, show that you value your customers.
Okay, so bringing it back to the Go High Level system, the one from that YouTube video.
Yeah, that AI auto reply feature, it's pretty impressive.
It seems like it could be a game changer for managing reviews.
Definitely, but I can see some people being hesitant, worried it might feel too impersonal.
Oh, that's a good point. Relying too much on automation can have that effect.
It's about finding that balance, using automation as a tool, not a replacement for human interaction.
So like think of it as your helpful assistant.
Exactly. It takes care of the routine stuff, but you're still there, ready to step in when needed.
Like if you get a really complex review, something needs a personal touch.
You can jump in, provide that empathy and understanding that only a human can give.
It's amazing how much things have changed, even in the last few years.
Tell me about it. The business landscape is totally different.
Like word of mouth used to be limited to your immediate circle.
Now, with online reviews and social media, it's like everyone has a megaphone.
One bad review can reach thousands of people.
Which is why it's more important than ever to be proactive, to manage your online reputation.
So what can businesses do to get ahead of the game? What are some strategies beyond just asking for reviews?
Well, one approach is to create content that encourages interaction and feedback.
Give me an example. I'm trying to picture it.
Imagine you're that bookstore owner again.
Okay, back in the bookstore.
You could start a book club, host author events, even run contests on social media.
Oh, I like that. Getting people talking and sharing their love of books.
It's about building a community, creating opportunities for those positive experiences to happen organically.
And those positive experiences translate into positive reviews.
Exactly. And it's not just about external stuff. Internal feedback is super important too.
You mean from employees?
Yeah, they're on the front lines, interacting with customers every day. They have valuable insights.
So listen to your employees. They might pick up on things that customers haven't even mentioned online.
It's about being proactive, identifying potential issues before they blow up into something bigger.
I see, it's all connected.
It's like taking a holistic approach to reputation management.
It's not just about online reviews. It's about creating a customer-centric culture.
It's about aligning your operations, your service, your online presence, everything.
Making sure all the pieces of the puzzle fit together.
And that puzzle that becomes your reputation, the story people tell about your business.
Well said. I think we've covered a lot of ground here, from the why to the how of managing reviews.
And we've even touched on the human element, that crucial piece that can't be automated.
But before we wrap up, I want to talk about the elephant in the room, technology.
Ah, yes, the role of technology in all of this. Can't ignore that.
Especially with AI becoming more and more sophisticated every day.
It's mind-blowing to think about the possibilities, isn't it?
It really is, like AI analyzing customer reviews, picking out trends.
Oh, it's already happening.
Really?
Yeah, there are AI systems that can analyze the sentiment in reviews.
No.
Figure out what customers love, what they hate.
So it's like digging deeper beyond just the star rating.
Exactly, and they can even suggest personalized marketing campaigns based on that data.
Okay, now that's powerful.
Imagine a clothing store. They use AI to analyze reviews, and it turns out customers love their jeans, but they wish there were more colors.
Boom, instant market research.
It's like having a secret weapon, understanding your customers better than ever before.
And then there's the whole personalization aspect, AI tailoring experiences to individual customers.
Oh yeah, that's getting really interesting.
Could you give me an example, like how would that work in the real world?
Let's say you're browsing an online bookstore.
Okay, I like bookstores.
The AI can look at your past purchases, the reviews you've left, even your browsing history.
So it's building a profile of my reading tastes.
And then it can recommend books you're more likely to enjoy, like a personalized book concierge.
That's amazing. It's like having a friend who knows exactly what you'd like to read next.
It's pretty wild, right?
It is. It's like this invisible force shaping our interactions, and we might not even realize it.
But it's happening, and it's only going to get more advanced.
Which brings us back to that key point, that human element.
Can't forget about that.
No matter how smart AI gets, it can't replace genuine human connection.
Right. It's like AI can be the brain, providing all these insights.
But businesses still need the heart.
Exactly. The human touch that builds relationships, that creates those emotional connections.
So it's about using AI strategically, not letting it take over completely.
Finding that balance, that's the key.
I love that. It's a powerful reminder that at the end of the day, it's the people, the values that make a business truly special.
And the customers too, right?
Of course, the customers.
So I think we've covered a lot of ground here. Google reviews, they're definitely important.
Hugely important.
But they're just one piece of the puzzle.
It's about the big picture, the whole customer experience.
And that experience needs to be driven by data and by humanity.
Love that. Data and humanity.
So I hope this deep dive has given everyone some food for thought.
I think it has. We've explored so much, from the why to the how of managing reviews, and even peeked into the future a bit.
The future of AI, definitely some exciting stuff happening there.
And speaking of staying ahead of the curve, if anyone wants to learn more about AI and automation, I highly recommend checking out the Systemized Success in AI podcast.
Yeah, they have some great episodes, really insightful stuff.
So that's a wrap for today's deep dive. Thanks for joining us. We've talked about the impact of Google reviews, strategies for managing them, and even explored the role of AI in all of this.
It's been a great conversation. Thanks for having me.
Until next time, keep learning, keep innovating, and keep building those amazing customer experiences.
Absolutely. See y'all next time.